Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Geek Battle, live on the Extreme Improv Extremed YouTube channel, as well as on the Geek Battle YouTube channel. So welcome everyone, it's time to get freaky, it is time to get geeky. So, on the show tonight, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do some geeky old games and activities, I'm sure. We're going to be talking about a lot of geek-related stuff, and most importantly, we're going to be giving our verdict on certain trailers and things that have come out in the last week, so we can know if things are worth seeing. Now, there's been all kinds of stuff. There's a new trailer for the new Ghostbusters film, for Inside Out 2. There's a new episode, like a movie, of Monk, and that's the most exciting one of them all. But more exciting than that, we have a fantastic panel of geeks and nerds with us today. So, as we always do, we're going to start with our introductions round, where our geeks and nerds will be endeavoring to get a bonus point in this quest to be the Geek of the Week. Starting things off, Tim, say hello to the people and give us a random geek trivia fact.
Hello to the people from Providence, Rhode Island, United States of America. I have a random geek. Did you know that Bill Lumber, the MK boss from Office Space, also played a captain on a Babylon 5 show called Crusade? And that ship that he was the captain of had a pretty strong weapon on it that wasn't similar to the Death Star, but its main weapon could take out capital ships in a single shot. Gary Cole could have taken out ships in a single shot.
I did not know that. I've only seen Office Space 0.3 times. So by that, I mean I've seen a third of it.
Okay.
Something like this. But
David,
But Tim, does it have a broadside? Does it have a broadside?
No, it was a single direction. But then they had to charge up too. So, it was like a Mac round on a older UNSC ship from Halo.
Then it'll definitely lose in Warhammer. Broadsides, people, bring broadsides to space battle.
I don't know. The tower pretty good, and the Crusade is a long range ship, so that it might fit in the Tau's strategy.
We'll teleport close and we'll beat them like we always do.
yeah, well, there we go. Speaking of voices from the deep, Capelthave, I believe you're joining us just in audio form tonight. It seems my wish upon a star did come true.
Really? You wish the horse back?
I expect payment in cash.
Okay. Okay, Cap, first of all, how are you well? We cannot see you. Have you, are we just seeing your reflection, basically?
Yes, you are seeing my actual form that I've been hiding so long. So this is my actual form, people. It's a still image, but, Cap's old chaos of Dracula and all that stuff. Yes, I am well enough, but not really great. The seasonal sickness, the fevers. So it is technically the land of fevers, sore throats, and seasonal sickness, Ralph. It's the monsoon. So welcome all.
So, if I've understood you correctly there, Cap, you're telling me you have a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell.
Yes!
Amazing,
Cap.
Did you have a geek trivia fact for us?
I do, of course. In the respect to the late Matthew Perry, who recently passed away, I heard some news that in the Friends some seasons is that they actually had a storyline where Monica and Chandler, who ended up together after season 7, Chandler cheating on Monica. They actually, they wrote the script, they rehearsed it, and they were about to perform it to the live audience and tape it. And right at that moment, Matthew Perry went to the writers or producer or anything like that and said, let's not do this. Because if they do, they will never forgive Chandler, and I don't want that. And that's why they canceled that. Otherwise, we would have had an episode where Chandler cheats on Monica, and the whole thing goes haywire.
Wow, he made the absolute right decision. That would have been, I would have never forgiven him. I don't know how I would have coped with that.
And
Tim?
he understood that.
So I gotta say, I just watched started watching New Girl, and season 3 has a particular issue where one of the main characters is dating two girls at once, but he doesn't have the courage to tell either one of them that he needs to cut it off. And I have really started to like feel anger emotions at this TV character. So I think that was a good choice on the part of Matthew Perry.
Do you know, it's a weird thing. The thing it like instantly brings to my mind, I don't know if you'd have ever seen this in the States or Sri Lanka. Dave, you may know Good Night, Sweetheart.
Yeah.
There was a sitcom in the UK in the 1990s. Have you guys seen that there's a new series season of Frasier?
Yes.
Okay, you know, like, okay, there's like an older guy in it who's like a college professor who's his old friend or something like this, and that's an actor called Nicholas Lyndhurst, and he was the main guy in this British sitcom called Good Night, Sweetheart. And the storyline I love this show, but at the time you just kind of accepted it, but nowadays it's kind of like, is that really a good idea for a show? The idea was that it was the 1990s. And he finds like a secret passage, literally like an alleyway between two buildings, which takes him back in time to the 1940s during World War II. And in 1993, he's married. And then in 1943, he meets a woman who he falls in love with, and he marries her too. And then the storyline is about how he juggles life in the past and in the present. And
what an amazing premise.
It's an awesome show. The only thing, like, it's a weird idea because you can understand why someone wouldn't want to just be trapped in World War II, and then they also lose all modern technology and stuff like that. But if they go there and they fall in love with someone, you might think, well, they should be with a person that they care about, especially during a war, that they need to like look after this person and perhaps warn them about bad stuff that's going to happen. But then he also needed a reason to tie him to the present in the 90s, and so they gave him a wife there as well. Now, if they'd given him a daughter or something and say that is like his, you know, he was a widower or like, you know, some other reason that was the reason he had to stay in the present, but they gave him a wife in both time periods. And so especially nowadays, it's hard to really justify that he's a lad and that you can get on board with it. But that being said, I've rewatched this a bunch of times, and it's a great show. It is a great show.
I will agree with you on that one. It's even funnier when I won't spoil, like, say what happens in the episode when the two of them meet, when the two wives meet.
Yes,
it's just so awkward. You're like because we as the audience know what's going on, but they have no idea who each other are.
Oh no! Look, we can give the spoiler. We can look. They're going to have to watch like 5 series of this.
All right. So do you mind if I explain?
Go for it.
This isn't my geek fact. I'm just explaining.
Yeah.
So basically, in the episode, he goes the Nicholas Lyndhurst's character. He goes through the portal. Then he goes back. But the woman from the 1940s follows him through it. So she's now in the 90s. So they try to convince her that she's still in the Second World War. So they hide her. Under a blanket.
There is one detail that's important to this. So during the Second World War, the main guy pretends that he's a spy, and that's why he has all of this information why he knows things about what's going to happen and stuff like this, and why he can keep disappearing, and why he's not been drafted into as a soldier and stuff like this. He's a spy. So he convinces his wife from the 40s that she's in the secret headquarters of like MI5 or something. And you can add a bit more to it, or I can say what.
Keep going. You're doing better than me.
So my favourite part of this sequence is when the two wives meet and they have a conversation. The wife from the 40s thinks the wife from the 90s is his boss of the MI5, like CIA kind of thing, and she goes, "Oh, are you Gary's number one?" Meaning, like, are you his commander? And the wife's like, "Well, I certainly hope so." And they have this interaction, and he's just stood there frozen, like, I can't believe they're meeting. And then I can't believe I just got away with that kind of thing. You know, it's just great. Everything about it is great.
But couldn't it have been the reason why he couldn't leave the 90s is because Friends was on?
Because Friends was on, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what, Capithave, the other thing I'll say there is, like, obviously, Matthew Perry, like, died, like, a week ago or whatever.
Mm.
And last week we had 2 editions of Geek Battle. And where it came up on one, I don't think any of you guys were on it. Maybe you were, and you can correct me if you are. but we said like, oh yeah, like we should acknowledge like Matthew Perry died, and everyone on that show just didn't care. And I was like, what's wrong with you people? Like, man has died, and it was a great show.
We were still grieving, David. We were still grieving.
Well, I don't think you were on that one. I don't think any of you guys were on this one. You know, I'm not slating them, but I was like, yeah, we're going to talk about favorite episodes of Friends and stuff, and they were like, like this happens. I was like, come on.
Who were on the show? Who were on?
Maybe we can kind of bring it up in this one. I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, like it's truly sad. It's truly sad. Okay, Dave, we look at this. Our introductions get longer and longer. Now, say hello to the people and give us a random geek trivia fact.
Well, it's not as exciting as Cap's thing or Tim's thing. It's just, so I'm Dave MC. I'm coming to you from Paris, France, and as I said, my geek fact isn't very exciting. So in Doctor Who, we've seen the Daleks, we've seen their hierarchy, we've seen the Supreme Dalek, and we've seen the Creator Davros, but we've only seen the Emperor 4 times on screen. Because there have only been 4 Emperor Daleks. There was the original in the 1960s, which was allegedly the same one that killed Davros in when he was created. The second Emperor Dalek was Davros himself when he made his own faction of Imperial Daleks. You then had when what was it? There's the 50th anniversary. We had for the Time Lord Victorious event that the BBC was doing. We had the Restoration Emperor, who was key to David Tennant's Doctor and whatever he was up to during the break, during his finale. Yeah. And then finally, we have the main Emperor who fought in the Time War. He was allegedly the one who killed the Restoration Emperor and was the strategist for the entire war. So there have been 4 on-screen Emperors. Not as exciting as Matthew Perry or Tim's Death Star weapon, but
that is fascinating.
The only emperor we recognize is the emperor of mankind, who is apparently a skeleton. They're still running the whole thing.
What?
Oh, he's talking Warhammer. What if like the God Emperor's name was something like they said? Oh, it's a name that must be unspoken. For the utter mention of that name is frightening and can kill a straight man. His name is Gavin. How is it?
Actually, we don't know what his actual human name is.
It's Gavin.
Okay.
You can't know his name.
Jam is the Emperor of Mankind.
You can't know his name in Warhammer 40k because to know his true name is to have ultimate power over him. And there is like this subtext of like magic in Warhammer 40k lore, I think, where you can speak this like original language of the universe, and if you know it, you can like summon things forth or like change the conditions of a battle. It's almost like the Force a little bit, but if someone knew the God Emperor's true actual name and could say it, they could also combine that with another word and be like, "Yo, you're smashed," and then done.
But in that, it's like you could do it in passing. Like regular people in the street who aren't fighting in the wars, someone could just say it on the street, and the Emperor's just like, "Boom, I'm here." Like, oh, you know what? Oh, you guys fancy going for a drink tonight? Yeah, I hear it's Steve's birthday. Wait, no. Oh God, boom! I am the Emperor. I'm here. It's like, God damn it, Steve, go away.
I think that's what actually happened in the Horus Heresy, probably.
Yeah, but that's
okay. So, guys,
yes,
there's
David.
a bunch of things that like we can cover. First of all, have you seen the trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire?
I watched it this morning.
Yeah, like we can bring it up on the with our protective shield over if you guys haven't seen it. Obviously, you won't be able to hear it. Tim, have you seen it?
I saw most of it, and then I was like, I kind of checked out after a bit.
Okay. Well, look, let's. Cap, have you seen it?
No, not really into Ghostbusters.
Okay, I'm going to bring it up. You won't be able to hear it, but this will be a version of it, I guess. So let's bring it up here.
The shields are up.
The shield is up. And we'll just like narrate it and give our thoughts just that way. It is, you know.
See, the funny thing is,
why do they? What is the thing with tying shoes to the telegram wires. I don't get that.
I don't know, but also, like, it starts with Cruel Summer. That is a dumb way to start a Ghostbusters trailer because you just need some Ghostbusters theme so that you instantly know what it is.
Mm-hmm. And they have a taxi that's a Ford Crown Vic. I haven't seen a Ford Crown Vic taxi in New York in a long time. It's usually Toyota RAV4s or some kind of like SUV.
Hang on, let's make this so you can see the full shebang.
But they had like a...
Oh no, it's another Sharknado! Quick, run!
Now, the thing about this, they're going with the idea of, like, obviously it's Frozen Empire and, like, everything's getting frozen over with ice. And I guess that's the idea, like, hell has frozen over, sort of thing. Look at that, you can see it was the Justice League on the force field there. So, like, I guess it's the idea that hell has frozen over is what they're going for, right?
There's the... there it is.
Guys, if you've got a Nintendo Switch, there's a game called Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and that's all I can think of with this game.
What is with this kid, that kid actor? What is with him and supernatural things happening around him?
Well, look, imagine getting typecast as like the kid from the Goonies in the modern age, because that's basically what he is.
Maybe this is like Elsa having a shit fit and she's just had enough. Say, stop it!
They don't really show that much in way of ghosts in this, do they?
No. Make your money and get out. Just do your thing, you know. If that's it, that's it. Paul Rudd plays like the clueless dad guy. Sure, make your money and get out.
So I think they do show Paul Rudd with a proton pack because this was the thing.
See, what's that supposed to be?
But they show Paul Rudd's got a proton pack, and it's like I couldn't believe. Basically, in the last film, he was basically that film's equivalent to Louis Tully that just gets transformed into a dog in the first one. I was like, what? Why wouldn't you have Paul Rudd as one of the new Ghostbusters? I don't mind if they've got like a kid Ghostbuster or like some like they were Goonies. It was like Ant-Man 3, you mean?
I think that's what they're going for. They're kind of aiming Ghostbusters towards a kid-friendly audience. So why not put child actors with the proton packs? Because the 2016 one didn't work.
Just going for Goonies. The 2016 one, the reason it didn't work, and this is terrible for me to say, is that they did most of the film as improv. And improv, it just felt like loads of scenes that didn't really develop anywhere. And then here's the thing, the one that they did, the last one, I didn't massively like. I didn't dislike it, but like when they literally had Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, and Dan Aykroyd turn up just at the end, just to repeat some of their previous lines, it gave me a strange feeling of like when they did the Starsky and Hutch movie and the original Starsky and Hutch turned up right at the end. And also, Harold Ramis died, and midway through the film, Dan Aykroyd is the only of the original Ghostbusters that's got 2 scenes, and he's on the phone to the kid saying like, Egon can rot in hell. And it's like, why would you say that? He actually died.
I think that's one of the reasons why it got hate, right? Because they said that in the movie.
I couldn't catch a word of that, Cap.
Apparently because they hated the fact that they turned Bill Murray into a guy who doesn't like ghosts, and also saying that he's in hell is also something that they didn't actually like. That's why one of the films was hated.
What? Which one?
The Ghostbusters that you described. One with Kristen.
2016.
Do you mean the Afterlife?
The one with Thor being
yeah, that was the 2016 one. The one I just described was Afterlife, which came out in like 2021, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, in the 2021 one, Bill Murray, because in the 2016 one they bring back the old cast, and they're playing different characters. But then in the 2021 one, like Bill Murray and Ernie Hudson come up just for like the final scene, and they're like, light them up, and they're just repeating the old lines. And it's like, it's like, get them to do something new. Move the story on with them. They did have Dan Aykroyd in the middle of it, and just to show that the Ghostbusters had fallen out, which is fine, but he was just like, Egon can rot in hell. And it's like, well, you can't redeem that now, even if you come to help him, because the actual actor died, and I thought that was a mistake. That sat poorly with me. But I am still excited to see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I think they're going to I think I didn't think the last one was as much as a comedy as I'd have liked, but it was nostalgic, you know. And then, like I said, the 2016 one, to me, it was too much improv. You know, the characters didn't really go anywhere.
I think with the 2016 one, they didn't have that balance of comedy and with having the supernatural. Like I'm not saying the original was. I haven't seen the original in a while, so I'm just going off my head. I know I call myself a geek, but then you know, well, Cap hasn't seen it.
You've not seen Ghostbusters, Cap?
I have.
Oh my god! Right, guys, look, we're stopping the show. I'm just going to live stream Ghostbusters. We're watching this.
we just do like what? We just talk over it and just say, "Oh, we like this bit."
Like literally, YouTube will tear me a new way.
My favorite bit in that movie is Zoo. That's the only thing I actually liked. Other than that, I don't know why the movie didn't take that well for me.
Wait, so which film have you seen, Cap? Just the new one?
No, I've seen the one where the Marshmallow Man, and also the one where the painting ghost.
So the
painting
first
ghost. The painting ghost is the one that I saw first. It was on TV during the holidays. The one I downloaded myself and watched. It's not really taken, but I did like Zoo.
Okay, right. Well, anyway. Well, I'm excited to see what they do with this one.
Yeah.
I hope that Paul Rudd is now more a Ghostbuster rather than just a side character. You know, I didn't mind the young cast that they've got. It was very much like they were just trying to do Stranger Things or Goonies with a Ghostbusters label on it. But anyway, Tim.
What does Paul Rudd play in it? Does he play like a Chris Hemsworth character from the 2016?
No, he played like a school teacher who gets caught up in it, and he's like at first he's like advising them, but then if you don't know the original one, who plays Lewis Tully? I forget the actor's name. Jesus, famous actor, the guy from Honey I Shrunk the Kids,
Little Shop of Horrors as well.
Yeah.
What is he? I know who you're on about.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, what is his name? Rick
Moranis.
Yeah. So Rick Moranis in the original, he's such a goofy character, and then they need like the keymaster and the gatekeeper or whatever to unlock the doors to hell or whatever, and these giant dogs sort of possess them, and so then he becomes the keymaster, and then in the last one they did, the same thing happens to Paul Rudd. So he is someone that needs rescuing rather than him being like the new Bill Murray. Which, you know, he's not Bill Murray.
Zoo?
What?
Does he say Zoo?
Does he say Zoo?
Yes.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't know.
Well, I think in that case, if we're going by Cap Fev's logic, he'll watch the entire movie up to the point where Paul Rudd says Zool, turn it off and say, bye, I'm done. I watched Ghostbusters. I watched him say Zool, and yeah, the end.
Yeah, I mean, I forget.
It was a popular meme. They turned that into that dog thing.
Oh my god, you just know this on the internet.
Zool, motherfucker, Zool.
I think Paul Rudd's guy is more like the everyman. They're trying to portray him as the everyday, you know, guy, and then have him, like you say, be the damsel in distress, so to speak. Zool!
Right. Anyway, good. So yeah, we've given a bunch of thoughts on the new Ghostbusters. I don't even know when it's out. I assume it's not out before the end of the year, if they've only just shown it. So it's probably early next year or something. They're still spread, but the actors' strike, guys, is apparently over as of tomorrow. So, guys, we can all go back to work. You know, like
yes, we can all go back to being unemployed.
Yeah. But no, that's exciting. Because like they've, you know, it's been a long time. Like obviously there's been a new season of Loki on, but they've had to really spread things out. The Marvels is out tomorrow. I'm going to go see this one, guys. My logic was that everyone was ragging on The Flash, and when I eventually saw it, I thought it was quite good. I had fun. I know everyone else hates it. Everyone's saying bad stuff about the Marvels, that it's the lowest rated, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm going to go in with expectations here, and it's going to exceed them. So it's on. I'm seeing the Marvels, baby. Tim.
That's the
I
new
just think
tactic.
that it's really cool that Brie Larson's name, if you change the meanings of the words, it could be stolen cheese. Like we all know, like some actors have stage names. Like Darth Vader is actually Anakin Skywalker. You know, Batman's actually Bruce Wayne. What about Brie Larson?
Whoa! Spoilers, Tim.
Stolen cheese. Wow.
Back to the real conversation. Thank you for indulging my.
No, that's great. Okay, who here, by a show of hands, Cap, right, is going to go to see the Marvels? Who's going to see it? Who's going to wait to stream it, or what?
I'm not even going to stream it.
You're not even going to stream it, guys.
Yeah,
look,
I've
I'm
zoned out
30 movies into this saga. I'm not giving up now.
No, I've zoned out of Secret Invasion, and Loki, I'm waiting for your review, David. Most of the Marvel stuff, I'm not actually interested, so I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to waste data.
I'll probably watch it when it's streaming, but I find that I cannot really. It's tough because Marvel has like all this fun stuff, but I think when we think of characters in comic books, we sort of assign values to them or something. You know, like with Secret Invasion, you could think of like the bad guy is like, okay, they're just trying to find home, and some were terrorists and some were collaborators, and you know they're just trying to do the thing. But like, it's tough because I don't know what a show is going to be sometimes, and I don't know, like, there's no Captain America there. It's like, he stands for, you know, these sorts of things, and he's got a shield. It's confusing, and that's why I don't follow Disney's Marvel as much, because, you know, the first 10 years, you had values you could expect from certain people.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah.
I mean,
Go on,
I
Cap.
was attracted by Captain America. I mean, like I was into the Captain America Winter Soldier thing. Again, I don't think the plot was all that good, but I was still hooked. WandaVision was still great. Loki is what started to break things for me. Loki season 1 kind of broke a lot of stuff for me. Maybe because I care about the Ice Guardians more. That's why I paid more close attention. And afterwards, the series got pretty boring and also didn't add any values, and it broke the world even more. So, yes, you're right. It got confusing, and also it kind of got messed up, and I was not liking it anymore.
I would agree with you on that one, Cap, and say that in the context of like the MCU, I would say the Infinity War stuff, it's all grounded in its own reality. Like things are set. You know, you had the Civil War thing with the Sokovia Accords. You had them say, you know what, you guys have too much power. You have to be controlled. But now, after Endgame, that's all kind of gone. Like the superheroes are popping up everywhere. And it's like no one's really following the Sokovia Accords. It's just the Avengers that have to follow them. Everyone else is a free agent.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would say that, before it was grounded in its own reality. And yeah, Loki did break that reality quite a lot. That having the multiverse be the be-all and end-all. This is, they're trying to shove so much information about the multiverse into our faces at once and expect us to pick it up.
And we'll lose the point, and because they can wrap this whole thing up in one movie, and you can then say, yes, nothing matters, but it matters because nothing matters, like in Everything and Everywhere all at once. You can't give that message because they can do that because that was one movie. Right now, you have a lot of things happening, and you kind of lose care of things, and you can't have that whole new that message. Well, you do have to care because there's everything. It's hard to give a good, actually resounding message, and hard to wrap up stories in one singular timeline or any sort of movie.
I think it's interesting though, because like the biggest thing that I feel Marvel is doing for our society right now is teaching about the parallel worlds theory, which is, I was watching a YouTube video, and we had a discussion about quantum mechanics last show I was in. Then I had to head out early, which I apologize for. Like, the parallel worlds theory only exists because of quantum mechanics. And like, the quantum computing can occur actually someplace else rather than, I don't know how that works per se, but like if I made a choice to not talk about that today, we would talk about something else. And that right there, that individual choice of talking about it, then, this is now recorded and it is available for other people to see for all of time. So all of a sudden, that decision to talk about it, someone might listen to it and they might think about it some more and work on a project or something. If I didn't talk about it, they wouldn't. So it's like the multiverse is kind of cool in a way in that we're being exposed to quantum mechanics and parallel worlds theory in our creative franchises. But I don't think like Kevin Feige or Dave Filoni or the guys that who did Flash are like, oh, this is what we'll do, put some money in quantum computing and then talk about it in movies.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna follow on Tim's point again. I'm gonna follow on people's points really. So Tim's point there is, and I think when we had Into the Spider-Verse or the Spider-Verse movies, they somewhat got the multiverse right.
Yep.
In that you've got multiple Spider-Men, but they're all tied together by the spider bite and tragedy, because that's the fundamental base of Spider-Man. What I think Marvel was getting wrong is they're saying the multiverse. Here's that, this, that, and the other. There's this character and there's this character, but they're not sort of grounded in the sense that they're not the same as somebody else. Like I know that there's Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man is not going to be the same as Miles Morales, but because they'll have two different stories. But the groundwork should be there that, yeah, they both had spider abilities, they both had tragedies, they both had this, that, and the other. But again, their stories are so completely different, you forget that they are basically the same.
Also, TMNT, I would say they did a better representation of the multiverse there. I was introduced to the multiverse idea through TMNT. And I think they were much better than the Marvel. That's all I'll say.
Guys, look, don't make me say it. was the way into this. It's the ultimate way into it. Everything that's come since.
Or was it Star Trek? Was it Star Trek?
What, with a mirror dimension?
Yeah.
No, it was Sliders.
Sliders came out first before the mirror dimension. Was the mirror dimension in TNG or the TOS?
It was in the original.
Oh wow!
The way you could tell is that Spock had a goatee beard. That's how you could tell. Hang on, right?
He was the
mirror
hip librarian.
Dimension.
I should say I have been starting to watch Star Trek: The Next Generation. I feel like I should go back and watch the original.
Oh, the original's much better. I can't stand. Well, no, that's not true. But the original is the best. It's got action in it. They get into fights. Kirk meets a green woman. He kisses her. Whereas Captain Picard, you just stand there and say "Strike now, number one," and they fire a rocket.
But so far, as from my honest opinion, the Next Generation has one thing that the original doesn't: the Riker maneuver.
Was that the hopping over, the sitting on chair thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched I watched a video of the actor of Riker reacting to somebody trying to do all the different Riker maneuvers. That was a little stool, and then it was a massive chair that he just jumped over and said, "Right, I'm Commander Riker."
That's funny.
Oh, there he is. It's me!
Okay, so look, I can call your attention. It is you. But look, you can tell that they're villainous. Spock has a goatee beard. Kirk has his arms out. Uhura is she is kind of, easy. Just let's put it like that. And as you can see here, Sulu has got a scar on his face, and that's how you can tell they're the evil versions. They've got gold sashes around their waist. And that means that they're evil. So
you're saying Dave MC is evil because now he has the goatee?
Dave MC is the mirror dimension version of David. So
oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
I refuse to comment on that. I mean, my video is
you remember the movie Jet Li's The One? Have you seen that?
I remember seeing like maybe a poster of it, but I never actually watched it.
Capital Fave, have you seen Jet Li's The One?
It's hard to remember the titles of Jet Li movies.
Okay, so it's a parallel dimension story. Do you know it?
I'm afraid I don't think so.
Okay, let me give you like the pitch for it because you will definitely want to seek it out, and it is well. I haven't seen it in quite a lot of years, so it may not hold up, but I'm sure it will. Jet Li's The One has the idea of there being a multiverse, and there is a criminal version of Jet Li, and when he goes from one dimension to another, he kills that dimension's version of him, and then every other version of him gets stronger.
Ooh.
And so he wants to kill every other version of him, so he is the one. And then when he is the one, he will be like a super powered person. It's actually a brilliant concept, and it's, as best I remember, it's a good movie, but it's like early 2000s, so it may not hold up.
That's a better Kang plotline than what they have right now.
They definitely you're right. They should have done that with Kang, where Kang wants to kill all the other Kangs.
Oh my god, that's such.
That makes me want to go and watch it now.
Yeah, like because and again, the hero of it is one version of Jet Li, who's just and like this is a tiny spoiler, but he's like speaking to his girlfriend or his dad or someone, and he's like, oh, you know that back injury I had? I feel great today. And it's because he doesn't know that he is benefiting from the other Jet Li killing off other ones. So like he is like, I can't remember if there's only 2 of him left, but basically the good Jet Li, who isn't a fighter at all, has all this extra strength, has to be the one person to stop the bad guy criminal Jet Li. It's a great film, honestly.
Is that your recommendation?
That is my recommendation.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Is there any other things that you've seen this week? I've got a quiz for us as provided by ChatGPT.
Inside Out 2 trailer. What do you guys think?
I haven't seen it.
What is this?
Inside Out 2 trailer.
I have this here. I will bring it up immediately. So, hang on. I need the shield. Where is the shields? Justice League. Boom. And here we go.
All right. So okay. There's Joy.
Oh, that's Joy.
I guess it's explaining like the last movie.
The little voices inside your head. And now look, I'm going to tell you.
It's a Jungian and Freudian idea come to life.
I'll tell you my concern with this. When you see what the new element, the new idea they've got here is.
All right, so this is
I worry that it doesn't really work. Look, it's during the night and there's some flashing red lights.
That's the puberty. I think that's the puberty button.
No, I think you're actually right. The idea is that the kid is growing up. She's got older, and they're suddenly bringing all these guys. Hey, we need to do some work here. And they do a bunch of work, and then you see all the emotions. And so what have we got? We've got anger, we've got
joy, sadness, disgust.
Yeah.
So they smashed up the office.
Yeah, but look, they're like, why is it orange? And then like, who's this? Ba-da-da. And this character is apparently called Anxiety. And in a moment, they've got a joke about, we wanted to make a good impression, and then one of them says, what do you mean we? And so suddenly they've got a load of new emotions, but the thing which I'm worried about is that in the first film you saw that the dad had emotions inside and he only had the same 5 that the kid did.
That's kind of world breaking a little bit.
It's world breaking.
I think maybe this might be an amateur psychology explanation, but I'm talking out of my ass technically. Maybe he's a very composed individual who has actually controlled all of his anxieties and all types of emotions pretty well, but the original joy, anger, and sadness and disgust are in charge.
Have you seen the short film spin-off from Inside Out where it's like, I think it's about the dad and maybe like a teenage boy.
I was
He's definitely got anxiety, but you don't see anxiety in the head.
But wouldn't the other emotions kind of make the anxiety?
In what sense?
So, I don't know what how to. I'm not a psychologist in any shape or form. I'm terrible at it. I've been in. I know, right?
I want my money back, Dave.
I'm evil. I'm not a psychiatrist.
All those
Never.
sessions we had on the couch.
Shush. I would say that like maybe the other emotions, like because at the end of the first one, they kind of say, well, you know what? We don't need one emotion to control the whole keyboard. We need multiple emotions to control the keyboard. So joy and sadness make the new islands. Anger and disgust, they can make something else. But wouldn't the combination of two of the emotions make up anxiety anyway?
I think you're thinking of like when you mix colours, so like yellow.
That's what I mean. It's like you've got. That's what I'm saying. It's like you've got two different emotions, but they make up one.
Yeah.
So like sadness and fear could make up anxiety.
So what is sadness and joy? What emotion is that?
Longing.
Longing. Ah, yeah, that's not bad.
But yeah, it could be like anger and sadness. It's just
Anger
like the combinations of them would. I would, if it were up to me. I've said this before. If it were up to me, I would make it a trilogy of movies, but with Riley growing up, not staying the same age.
No, I hate that Disney, like Pixar. Andy should still be an 8-year-old. I can't believe because now all they've done is Andy gave away his toys to that girl, and then she just left them in a cupboard.
Do you know apparently they're bringing him back for Toy Story 5?
Who, Andy?
Yeah, they're saying they're going to bring him back.
He's his own kids now, isn't he?
That's a frightening concept.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think David is probably the only adult in the theater room when Toy Story 3 came out. What? Well, don't give away the toys! I hate this movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want Andy to be. He's just like, that's my collectible.
Do you guys remember in the Friends episode where Ross has a fight for Mona with the T-shirt, and when she says like as an emotional goodbye, she says, "Can I have this to remember you by?" And then Ross goes, "Aw, no."
No.
Yeah, love that line. Yeah, that's really good. Guys, what's your favorite emotion?
Joy?
Really?
Or are you just programmed to say that, Kappelthev?
That could be true.
No, Kappelthev is programmed to say Zoom.
I would say sadness, because without sadness there cannot be joy.
Yes, they
I
can.
hate this argument.
I don't. I love this argument. It's philosophical.
Look,
I
You're
hate
tuning
that
into the
everyone-
philosophical side of Geek Battle this evening.
Everyone's
your
like,
hosts.
Welcome.
if there's a positive aspect to things, then there needs to be a negative aspect to things, so to balance things out, and then each one be seen more favorable because of that. I hate
look,
that.
if the Joker didn't exist, there would still be Batman. I'm not believing any of this argument. We need Joker.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Right. Now, anyway, let me ask you some quiz questions, and perhaps we'll do some other bits as well. But let's start to work out who is this week's Geek of the Week.
Okay.
So, this week, I didn't ask ChatGPT. I asked Bing for some challenging questions about Marvel superheroes.
Bing.
Yeah. So,
Bing?
Chandler Bing.
Bing.
Okay, or so that can be another tribute to Matthew Perry. But if you remember Groundhog Day with Ned Ryerson, whenever Bill Murray said something, Ned was like, "Bing, Bing again," and it's like, what does Bing mean? But anyway, now, what is the name of the villain in the first Iron Man movie?
Buzz.
Oh, you didn't say Bing. No, okay, Dave, what's the answer?
Ironmonger.
Oh, it's not the answer I'm looking for.
Buzz.
Tim.
The 10 circles?
No.
Oh.
Dave.
Buzz?
Yeah, Cap.
Abusive stepdad.
What?
Buzz.
Tim.
Abusive stepdad.
Zidane? Zendaya? I forget. Zebediah?
Oh,
No, Zendaya plays Mary Jane, mate.
Yeah, Zendaya. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you. Like, I will give a point to Dave for Ironmonger because that is a correct answer, but the actual name is Obadiah Stane. Yeah.
That's where I know Obadiah from.
Who, when you look at him, Jeff Bridges looks like modern day Triple H. If you're a wrestling fan, exactly the same person. Right now, anyway,
Like,
Bill Goldberg to me.
that too. Right. Who is the arch enemy of the Fantastic Four? This isn't
Buzz.
Okay, Dave.
Doctor Doom.
Oh, isn't the no? I'm joking.
Oh, Buzz.
Right now.
Right.
Oh my god. None of these are hard. It's just like, what's the name of the villain? What's the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy called?
Being
Buzz.
Tim.
Star-Lord.
Yes. Okay. What is the first name of the villain in the Black Panther movie?
but
Cap.
kill?
No.
No.
That would have worked for me.
So there's Ironmonger. There must be Killmonger. No. Anyone?
Steve. It's Steve again.
Oh, you're not gonna get it. It's Eric. Eric Killmonger. What
That's
is
his
the
last name.
What is the name of Kingpin?
Buzz.
But
Okay, Dave got there first.
Wilson Fisk.
Is the correct answer. Okay, let's have a look here. What is the name? God, these questions suck. Okay, I'm having to like change the questions to make it more challenging. Okay, name two other names in the Ant-Man series that Darren Cross is known by. Two other names. Okay, Capafave.
MODOK.
Sorry?
MODOK?
Buzz.
I need two answers.
Buzz.
Cap, do you have a second?
Buzz.
The yellow jacket.
Is the correct answer. You got
Buzz.
right, MODOK and Yellow Jacket.
Buzz.
Okay, Dave. Right. Let's have a look here. I dispute some of these answers, in fact. Right.
Why? Why did
No,
they
give me one of the ones you dispute.
Why did they do
Okay,
MODOK?
so who is the arch enemy of the Hulk?
But
Cap.
the abomination.
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
that.
it's not. It's not.
He's not the arch
It's
enemy.
General Ross.
Exactly. That's
Hey,
what
I
I'd say.
like the second film.
No, look, I would say his main antagonist is General Ross. Absolutely. Right. Let's have a look here.
Or if you're a comic book nerd, it's the leader.
Right.
Oh
let's
yes, the alien.
True. Right. So, oh my god, like the easy questions were the same as the same. Right. Okay, we're going to say that's the end of that round. I'm going to get some more challenging questions on something else for later. Okay. So, as we are like, there's still lots to play for in terms of points and that. But is there anything else you guys have seen or want to react to or want to get off your chest?
Can I jump in?
Yeah, go for it.
For anime, the final episode of Attack on Titan aired on the 5th of November. It's finally 10 years. It's finally over. And it was worth it. The ending was beautiful. The animation was great. They wrapped up everyone's story really well. And the final image of it's kind of like in the manga with the giant tree in the future. Beautiful. The whole thing is beautifully animated. Well put story. Just really good.
Okay, and what is this?
So Attack on Titan.
Attack the Block.
Yeah, Attack the Block. Attack
okay.
on Titan, the final chapter.
Yeah. Anyone else do this? Tell
I
us.
want to see it, but I haven't really followed it since they're since they finished the second third of their final season. I've just been I don't want to wait for another block of episodes to come out, so I haven't followed it since.
Yeah, so this is they kind of split it into three parts because you had the final season part 3, then you had these two specials which kind of sum up the last two chapters.
Yeah.
I actually that's one of the reasons the thing about anime is like it's really hard to get into new anime because like you have no idea when the thing that's gonna end. I started Overlord a long time ago. Like they get a fewer episodes by each season. Goblin Slayer finally has a season 2, and only 4 episodes will come out. It doesn't come out until the whole sub doesn't come out until December. It's hard with anime, and I'll say that with Drifters, it's been years now. It came out in 2016. I think this is a bad. I know it takes time to make good stuff, but this is a ridiculous amount of time, folks.
Well, because with Attack on Titan, yeah, the manga wrapped up, but it bounced between different studios as well. It went through like three different animation studios, and because season 2 was so short, they had to wait a long time before they could put season 3 out. Because they did the first 20, I think the first 12 chapters in like season 1. Season 2 covers 5 chapters, and then seasons 3 and 4 they cover the rest of it.
Season 2 is great.
They should, like, for animes is what I actually want. They should have the Netflix bank account, and they should have the Japanese writers.
Well, that's the thing, Cap. Like something like Berserk that was on Netflix did have the Netflix budget, but unfortunately, the animation studio that did it had only done like smaller projects, so they were not prepared for something as big as or as in depth as Berserk. So they were not able to pull it off. That's why you don't see anything more Berserk related now.
I think also the Witcher Nightmare of the Wolves they handed out to Korea, which actually came out really good, way better than students and everything like that. I spoke about the Witcher. He must appear.
He's done it. He's done it. He talked about the Witcher.
Oh, hang on a second. Boom!
Hey!
Hey, we have done it. We've
Summoned the Witcher.
Oh my god, the Witcher is here.
well, we still haven't said the big word.
No, we haven't, have we?
No.
What is the big word, Tim?
It has to have context. I'm not just gonna say it.
Yeah, don't
Zool.
just do it, guys.
Is it the Emperor's name?
Zool! Anxiety!
Anxiety.
Anxiety!
That anxiety is the best kind of tea for me.
Who's actually voicing anxiety? Is it Aquafina? The voice reminds me of Aquafina, but I'm not really sure.
Oh.
Well, no, I haven't heard the voices yet.
So I just heard someone say Overlord, and that reminded me of a Secure, Contain, Protect, like SCP Foundation movie that came out about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's about a half hour long. And I would just look up SCP Overlord. It's actually a really well done, like independent movie. And just check out Vimeo too.
So I would say that if anyone does SCPs are kind of like the best kind of creatures you can use for horror. I would say they got so many in the catalog that you can just make a movie about them.
And speaking of that, studio executives, if there is a creative franchise you really need to plunder, that might be the next place to go. So you can give me my finder's fee later.
Yeah, you can post it with my my money I make from the therapy sessions with David.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well. You said I was starting to make progress.
There are some animations.
There are still some hills to cover.
Okay.
I've seen some animators actually on YouTube do some with those SCP stories type, and for Halloween they were pretty good. I saw some stuff on Halloween which were really good. So again, you have a good market on YouTube. Studio-wise, also great, but it also depends on the writers. And
So Kapother, if I understand this correctly, you would rather watch some animation on YouTube than watch my Tiny Bunny episode that you stayed for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I thought you weren't live.
We've said about it so many times. We should do one of these episodes where we just sort of talk about like our own like content that we're creating and stuff like that. You know, we are
Tiny Bunny. It has to be Tiny Bunny.
like we've all got like projects and stuff that we're doing. We should do it. One thing here from a good friend of the show, Ryan Reynolds. He shared this, which I just want to share with you. This is Dogpool, and
Free!
Now, look, they are allowed to start promoting movies again because the actors' strike has ended, and this is what he shared. That is money. They're going to sell those outfits.
I don't think it's
It's too bad it happened after Halloween, though. Like,
Yeah.
rush your.
But when's the movie
Dogpool
out? They'll sell these
costume.
next year as well.
True.
What type of dog
Everyone
is
will want Dogpool.
That is a hairy chin beaver.
Is that a real breed or something
No,
you just made
no,
up?
it's not. Just making it up.
Yeah, I have no idea what dog
It's
that
it's
is.
what you look like after watching Snow White with Rachel Ziegler.
Oh,
I heard that's been delayed by a year, right?
That's been delayed for another year. Yeah.
I think
Wow, that's
the
it.
backlash and also the movie that the Daily Wire is gonna do. I've also seen another thing where they probably even release it on the same day, which I would love to see this fight though. For some reason, as an MMA fan, I would love these movies to fight.
Well, do you remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yeah,
They should do like things like this. Now, I'd be up for that. Now, guys, one of the things is that now that the writer's strike has ended, the news story is that because it's about to be Christmas in a few weeks and that, they are literally rushing to get back to start filming stuff. Because, like, as one example, if you remember, Beetlejuice 2 was 1 day away from wrapping when the strike started. So literally, that whole film, it was just been on pause. Now, they could do post-production work, I'm sure, like visual effects and stuff like that. They weren't on strike. But imagine, like, the whole film, they've got, like, 1 day left to shoot. And it's the pivotal scene. And they've had to, like, sit on this whole movie just because of that. So, from what I gather... And another one it says is, like, the final season of Stranger Things. And you think, if they've been on strike for, like, 6 months... and they were filming Stranger Things where they've got like 12-year-olds who are suddenly now like moody 14-year-olds that they've aged 2 years within the last 6 months. Exactly.
What would make me laugh? What would make me laugh is that all these people rushing at the same time to get all this stuff like wrapped up and filmed, is that someone accidentally leaves something on set, like in Game of Thrones. There's just a Starbucks cup left behind from like if you're doing Stranger Things. Which time period is that? They're like the 70s, right? That's like the 60s, something like that.
Stranger Things set in the 80s.
Yeah, so something in the 80s. So something's there that wasn't in the 80s. So you see like someone's leftover iPhone. You just see like a Prius in the background. You just like, wait, what? Sorry, we were filming up, wrapping up a Marvel project we were doing, and Stranger Things just happened to be next door.
Multiverse.
Yeah. I think inevitably they're going to make spin-offs from Stranger Things when it comes to it. I don't think Netflix are going to let that one go.
Milk.
Yeah, they will milk that one. But like they're going to end up doing like Stranger Things set in the 90s. And then it'll be like the 90s feels too recent to me.
Yeah.
I was still too busy eating spiders and digging up dirt at that point. So I don't really remember much of the 90s.
Really trying to get Spider-Man, huh?
I was. I think subconsciously I was.
Pretty
Wow.
cool.
Well, you thought like if you rather than the spider, you couldn't get a spider to bite you, so you were just chewing spiders, hoping that it would have the same effect.
So I will share this story. So this is something that my parents told me actually a few years ago when we were living in our old house. We had like four little bush trees in a row, and about this sort of time every year, the spiders would set up their webs in these bushes. And me, I'm about 4 or 5 at this point. So there's me like running through these bushes thinking, oh, if I go through this really fast, it's some sort of space portal, woohoo. And I didn't notice that this spider web was there. In that adrenaline rushed craze, I didn't know it was there. So I run through this bush, and the next thing I know, there's web on my face and a spider in my mouth.
Wow.
Spider-Man.
I know how this goes.
To eat all the trout. I got nothing.
You accidentally ate a spider, which wriggled and tickled inside her. So then you ate a bird to eat the spider that wriggled and tickled and tickled inside you. So then you ate a cat to eat the bird that ate the spider that wriggled and tickled inside you. No one knows this?
Well, that explains why my cat Rosie went missing.
No, does no one know this? But like this old like.
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
A woman that swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. And then she ate the spider to catch the fly. Anyway, guys, let's go on. Let's go on.
Although I would like to talk about Invincible season 2 has dropped as the first episode. David hasn't even seen season 1.
I haven't seen the Invincible. Look, it's animated, dude. I can't do it. I'm joking.
You have to, David.
I will at some point. I will.
Cap. I can't convince him to listen to Big Finish stuff. You're not going to be able to convince him to watch Invincible.
Literally, like BBC iPlayer, I've got all of the entirety of Doctor Who, so I've got like 30 seasons to go through before I can get to anything else.
Honestly, I think we should have like a J.K. Simmons thing, like we have a Henry Cavill thing, because he's an Invincible.
Oh my God! You just said it.
Oh no, Tim!
Oh.
Hi, Henry Cavill. That job doing like a cool science fiction gig or something. I don't know whatever you got going on.
Tim, you said the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, but like we should have a J.K. Simmons one because he's everywhere. You know, he's like he's in like a lot of franchises.
J.K. Simmons, like he was in obviously Spider-Man, and he was in Commissioner Gordon in Justice League. What else is he in?
He's Omni-Man.
What's that?
Invincible.
Oh, he was in.
Oh,
He was in Terminator.
Oh my God, he was. Yeah.
Genesis.
But David, if you
that's
see
the movie.
Omni-Man, it's literally his face from Spider-Man. They just took his face and they put it in that animation.
Basically.
Well, that's cool.
But like the Viltrumites, I guess, think that having a mustache as mask is like it denotes strength. So that's why, you know.
Yeah, and here's
Wait
the
a
thing,
sec, guys. It is officially Movember. I think we should all do it.
I'm doing it right now.
It's just about the mustache. Look, you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of your General Zod bottom bit there. You need to just go full on mustache.
You will kneel before Zod.
Yeah.
Didn't I already do that and send a picture?
I will find him. I will find him.
Or do I have to do it in like the Jafar voice from like the live action Aladdin? I will find him. I will find him.
You sound like one of the aliens from Galaxy Quest.
I never made the connection till now.
And where do we go now?
Welcome to Geek Battle, everybody. This is an amazing show. Yes.
Oh, man. Wow, I love that just happened organically. Right, okay. We all
It happened
Galaxy Quest
organically.
now.
I think Capital Devs, they're like, what the hell is going on?
I know what you speak of.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we've got it. Okay, guys, let me ask you a few more questions.
Oh dear, I'm crying.
Okay, ChatGPT is back. No, it's Bing. It's still Bing. So I took it too far. I asked it for 25 incredibly hard questions about popular science fiction films. No, sorry. First, I asked it for incredibly hard questions about obscure science fiction films. I'm going to ask you a couple of these, and then we'll go on to the ones about popular because they're too hard. So, in the 1982 movie, The Masters of Time, what is the name of the planet that Peel is stranded on?
Bing.
Oh, go on then, Tim.
Rotisserie chicken.
I'm going to give you a point because that's as close as I expected anyone to get. Apparently, the answer is Perdide or Perdid. I don't know. I've never heard of any. If anyone knows the movies, then tell me and I'll ask the question. Alphaville, Hard to Be God, The Ariel, Fahrenheit 451, World. You know that one?
Fahrenheit. It's based after a book.
Okay, let's go for it then. In the 1966 film, Fahrenheit 451, what is the name of the fireman whose duty it is to destroy all books?
But
Cap.
Tim, because he's a fireman.
No, Tim.
Guy Montag.
Shit, you knew it. Wow, you definitely get that point.
Steve.
Okay. No, it's not
It's a
Steve.
book.
Wow.
It's a really good book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Bunker Palace Hotel, A Clockwork Orange. Have we got this one?
Yeah, try it.
Okay, in the 1971 movie A Clockwork Orange, what is the name of the protagonist?
Oh shit.
Tim?
Serial killer?
Dr. Strangelove.
No, afraid not. I'll tell you guys, it's Alex DeLarge. And then we've got the movie Zardoz, Stalker, The Final Countdown.
Zardoz.
Do you know Zardoz?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay. In the 1975 movie Zardoz, what is the name of the godlike figure that appears on the giant stone head?
I don't know that.
Anyone?
Bing.
Yeah, go on, Dave.
I'm gonna use it again. Steve.
Ah, guys, you're all going to kick yourself. The answer is Zardoz.
Like that
okay.
features Sean
Yeah, but
Connery's.
Zardoz could be alien speak for Steve.
Okay, hang on.
Zardoz features Sean Connery's. Yeah, he's wearing.
Oh my
like
god.
a bikini
This is. I have to ask this question because it's about the movie The Thing. In the 1982 movie The Thing, what is the name of the Norwegian research station where the alien is discovered?
Alaska?
Alaska. No. They filmed some of it in Alaska, though. Any
Kurt
guesses?
Russell's Man Cave?
No. Although you're closer.
The Bat Cave?
No, Tim?
Nord's 7.
No. Good guesses. I'm going to tell you, this is the fun thing about ChatGPT. The answer is no answer found. So literally, this came up with a question and then it couldn't find the answer. Okay.
Do they name it in the film?
No, they don't. So, you know, this thing created a question and they couldn't find the answer and still asked it. Right. So in The Terminator, what is the name of the cyborg assassin sent back in time to kill Sarah Connor? It gets strangely easy here.
Buzz.
Cap, did Cap say something?
The T-1000.
No, Buzz.
Dave
T-800.
is the answer I'm looking for.
What?
Let's see. I might skip. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. In the 1986 movie The Fly, what is the name of the scientist who turns into a fly?
Jeff Goldblum?
That's the actor, not the character.
Buzz.
Go on, Dave.
I can only give the last name, which is Brundle.
It's the answer I'm looking for. Seth Brundle, but absolutely, they say Brundlefly. Right. In They Live, what is the name of the protagonist played by Rowdy Roddy Piper?
The Macho Man.
No, Tim.
Steve.
You stole my bit, you bastard.
Okay, I'll be honest, I don't know the pronunciation on this, but it says John, then either Nada or Nader. John Nader. Right, but anyway. Let's have a look. In 12 Monkeys, now forget that one. Right. Okay, what's the name of Bruce Willis's character in 12 Monkeys? Anyone know?
No.
No, okay, it's James Cole. Anyone know the name of Tom Cruise's character in Minority? These are getting easier, to be fair. In Minority Report. Going once. No, okay, it's John Anderton. So now, guys, I'll give you a few more questions. I won't give you another 25.
Right.
So some of these are repeat. But I asked it for 25 incredibly hard questions about popular science fiction movies. In Blade Runner, what is the name of the corporation that creates the replicants? 5, 4,
Stark
3.
Industries.
No. It is the Tyrell Corporation. In
Okay.
The Terminator, what is the name of the company that creates Skynet? Cap.
Cyberdyne.
Yes, is the correct answer. In Back to the Future, what is the name of the time machine?
Buzz.
Tim.
The
Buzz.
Buzz.
the
Mandalorian.
No!
Buzz.
Dave.
The time machine.
No! You all... No, right, okay. It's...
Buzz.
Tim.
The flux capacitor.
No!
What the...
Buzz.
Right, look, I'm just going to tell you now. It's the DeLorean, not the Mandalorian, Cap. What are you saying to me?
Well, no, hang on. No, they say it's the DeLorean, but in the film, they actually just call it the time machine.
You made a time machine from a DeLorean? It's a line in the movie.
Yeah, but they still call it the time machine.
I'm not counting that. The
Boo!
answer is DeLorean. Everyone knows DeLorean. What is
That's the name. No, you asked the name of the machine, not the name of the car.
It is... Ugh, right. In the movie Aliens, what is the name of the planet where the aliens are discovered? You may know this. Tim.
LV-426.
Yes, is the correct answer. Absolutely.
Wow.
I'd have given it even if you were slightly off there. Okay, what is the name of the corporate... What is it? Incredibly hard ones are just about corporation names. In RoboCop, what is the name of the corporation that creates RoboCop? I'll accept initials if you only know the initials. Tim.
OCP Omnicorp.
Yes! Omni Consumer Products. Let's have a look here. What is the name of the island in Jurassic Park?
Buzz.
Dave.
Isla Nublar.
Yes. Let's have a look here. Oh, hang on, no, okay. Right, this is a strangely easy one. In The Matrix, what's the name of the main character?
Buzz.
Cap.
Neo.
Yes. Right.
Sorry,
okay.
it was the Mandalorian.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a quick look. Some of these are getting a bit easy now. Skip. These are all terrible now. This skips up halfway through every time.
Mm.
And I don't think any of these... Okay, there was one more that I didn't go to. Right. In the 2009 movie District 9, what is the name of the alien race that is stranded on Earth? And I will accept the slang term is what they're looking for. Tim.
Prawns.
Prawns is the correct answer.
And
Okay.
Go ahead. No, sorry.
No, go ahead.
But when you said Isla Nubla, Dave, like my brain is weird, so it directed me straight to Cable Guy with when Cable Guy said "K blah goo blah." So thanks.
Okay, now guys, if that is the final question, we actually have got a tie.
Oh.
So I will ask one more question, which may not settle it if someone who isn't tied gets it. In Minority Report, what is the name of the technology that allows the police to predict crimes before they happen? Tim.
Pre-crime.
Is the correct answer, and with that, Tim, you are this week's Geek of the Week. So, well done. Let's bring this up.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
Thank you very much.
Shazam. Yes. You have to do it in the style of an alien from Galaxy Quest.
I have been voted Geek of the Week. Oh, thank you very. Wait, what are the directions again?
Wait. Oh, hang on. Wait. How is private chat? Nick isn't here, is it? It says Nick Stevens.
Yeah.
He's from last week. I've got
he
private chat
really?
messages from Nick. That's really weird.
Is he in the box?
He's not in the room. How has that happened? Unless that's comments, but it says private chat.
He's an AI.
He's a ghost in the machine.
Oh, Nick, I didn't realise you were here. It says, oh, Nick, I'm so sorry. When was that? That was only 4 minutes ago. Nick.
Is that him on Facebook?
Nick, come in. Come back. I didn't know you were there. I was reading the other script.
Oh no!
Imagine you've been here like the entire hour. It says, I was just here. Ah, what a thing. Unbelievable. Okay, let's see what he says. I shake my fist at you. Nick, come back.
It was all part of my evil plan.
Old man yells at clouds.
Okay, hang on, wait for it. I can fit Nick. You look, do it. Like we're gonna channel Nick to appear. It's like a seance.
I do believe in fairy. Oh wait, no, hang on. That's Peter Pan.
Look, perhaps he's not even watching now. Join. Like literally, I'm gonna wrap this show in a minute, but join.
If there are any Nicks in the room, please respond to us.
I didn't see this come up on the screen. Okay. Well, I don't know if you're going to make it. Nick, join. Right, well, anyway, guys, we're going to do our outro round where we'll give our recommendations. So, Cap or Fave? Oh, hang on, here comes Nick. Oh! There he is.
Nick!
Oh, wow. You keep making these run-ins. It's like, it's an experience, Nick, because like last week when you turned up, I was like, "Oh shit, Nick's here!" And then last night you appeared, and then tonight you've appeared as well. How are you, Nick?
Good. Sorry, I had to run it. I have this thing called the real life, and I had to do errands at the time of the show.
Errands? What errands?
I had to go to the fucking grocery store.
Mm. A bonus point to anyone if they can tell me what that quote I just said came from. Errands?
Which one?
What errands?
Back to the Future?
No.
Can I get a round of trivia so I can beat everyone at points?
Well, like literally, Tim just won, so it's going to be hard for you to win at this stage. But that was from Groundhog Day, guys. Right. So anyway, we are doing our outro round. So, but Nick, are you seeing the Marvels?
I will be watching it. Yes.
Yes. I have a good feeling after how good Flash turned out to be that the film that everyone is hating on is going to exceed my expectations. That's my theory now. That I don't trust any of other reviewers.
It's going to be the new movie that everyone's going to be hating on.
Yeah, it seems like it is, but I've got a feeling it's going to be awesome, and I will definitely be giving my full review of it definitely on next week's show. But for now, Cap or Fave, tell the people where they can find you and give any recommendation you have for the people.
You can find me on swim days where I cough, I sneeze, I actually don't do that, I throw myself in a bucket. I don't throw up in the bucket. I've recently done a short about Jordan Peterson, the infamous psychologist. He said some nasty words about bunnies. So this is Jordan Peterson versus Bugs Bunny. So I made a short about that, so go check that out. All in good fun. The other thing is you should check out my Halloween special about the Sleepy Hollow, Disney special. Do check that out. And also my recommendation for today to remember Matthew Perry, you should check out some of his films. The recent film that I saw is the Ron Clark story about a school teacher who goes to a very tough New York school, which I think is based on a true story or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. Really wholesome film about Matthew Perry being a teacher and trying to help very rowdy students. So that is my recommendation for this week.
Okay, thank you there, Cap. Now, Cap, actually, I'm just going to say here, and like we were talking about Goodnight Sweetheart earlier as like a show that they probably couldn't make nowadays. A Matthew Perry film, which I loved back in the day, was called 3 to Tango, if you've seen it. Where Neve Campbell is in it, and he fancies her, but she thinks he's gay. So he pretends he's gay just to get close to her. And that's the premise, that's the movie. It's ridiculous. But back in the day, it was really, really funny. But it's one of these films that they'd never make nowadays. But Dave, where can the people find you, and what's your recommendation of the week?
Well, you can find me on my YouTube channel, which is Dave MC. You can check out my Halloween special of Tiny Bunny. It's still up there with Star Wars content. Star Wars The Old Republic episodes going up every Saturday. My recommendation would be go check out Daleks on YouTube. There's a 5-episode story of Daleks and what they do when the Doctor's not around.
Ooh. Okay, now, is that an episode you've made, or is it someone else?
It's not something I've made. This is something that the Beeb have done themselves.
Okay, so BBC, because I was going to say, if you just search Daleks, how are you going to find it? Right.
Yeah, you just type in Daleks. It'll probably be the first thing that pops up.
Really? Okay. Nick, where can the people find you, and what's your recommendation of the week?
The people can find me on Twitter at NSTEV. My recommendation for the week is Actually, it's an older show on Peacock/NBC/Hulu called Community. I've been recently watching it. I know it's an older show. It's super funny. It's super geeky. Um, I watched it. I saw a thing on the Easter eggs in the show, and I'm like, I will like this show. And I'm like, yeah, I really liked it. It's super funny. And it has Ken Jeong, and actually John Oliver's also in it, surprisingly.
That is surprising that I don't know who that is. Right, Tim, our Geek of the Week. Where can the people find you, and what's your recommendation?
So my recommendation, you can find me first at the handle right here. Hold on, let me. At Timothy Killay, it's my Instagram. I do all sorts of things, comedy, improv, some political events and current events and stuff like that. But a big thing I would recommend is go to your local library, talk to your librarian, and ask about what a good book would be that they would recommend. You know, or they might be able to find one too. We did talk about Fahrenheit 451, and a lot of that story focuses around suppressing information in books. And one of the best ways to not do that is to pick up a physical piece of something and enjoy reading it. So check it out. Go to your local library. I would also recommend the Blade itself by Joe Abercrombie. He's much more of a completionist with his work versus Patrick Rothfuss with the Kingkiller Chronicles. I really appreciate it.
Okay, my name is David Postansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Postansky, spelled Pustansky. You can also get any of my books, which are available on Amazon. Check out the website www.extremed.tv. Do check out that we have a live extreme improv show at the Camden Comedy Club on the 14th of December, and then every second Thursday of the month thereafter. So do check that out and come along if you can. But in terms of a geeky recommendation, I'm going to say that you should check out Classic Sliders, guys, because it is a true multiverse story. And if you don't feel that's for you, then just remember, Zool!
Zool! Zool!
From me, from everyone else, stay
There's
safe.
no love, only Zool.
Always stay extreme, and ciao for now. Boom.
Well, maybe I should have said that with the goatees, that there is no danger.